Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 4th edition of the afternoon run. I am your host Grace Matthews, and to my left is my co-host partner Ethan Hunter, and today we present you the latest trends. Kourtney Kardashian's take on Kris Jenner affair, Kebab owner given 3,333 years to repayment plan, and NASA's drink to reverse aging. Plus this edition will introduce our rapid fire segment, which will cover some unboxing news. First up, Kris Jenner's affair with Ethan.
Kris Jenner's affair has emerged because she chose to write about the situation in her self-titled autobiography. In addition to that, she wrote openly about her affair while still married to Robert Kardashian. However, it does not appear that she regrets her past actions. Nevertheless, her 4 children don't seem like they can move past it so easily, for the fact they have their own thoughts about the situation, and at times things can get heated. Specifically, with Kourtney, who got frustrated at her mother for her adultery of her father on Sunday night's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, to the point she calls her a home wrecker. Furthermore, Kourtney is not alone, because Kris' other daughters, Kim and Khloe, all seem to hold a grudge against their mother for her affair and running their family unit after all these years.
Besides that, according to Hollywood Life, Kourtney stated in testimonial that she certainly talked to her mom about the affair. In addition to that, Kourtney also stated she felt that her mother was not being selfish on purpose. However, she believes her actions were undeniably selfish. Following that, Kebab cook given 3,330 years to repay a debt with Ethan.
A 37-year-old kebab shop owner has barely escaped 2 years prison after dodging almost $503,000 in taxes. However, he's not home free because a German court demanded him to complete 500 hours of community service and repay the sum. Needless to say, he would have to sell truckloads of kebabs to repay $500,000. For that reason, the judge nicely allowed Mustafa C to pay the taxman at a fee the now unemployed kebab man can sensibly meet the expense of, which is about $12.50 a week. However, at this rate the man's debt would be settled sometime in May 5345 AD. Following that, NASA reverse aging drink with Grace.
NASA has created an antioxidant-packed fruit juice as 10, which originally was formed for astronauts to lessen their exposure to solar radiation in space. However, in a 6-month study now unearthed, it lessened UV spots under the skin by an average of 30% and wrinkles by 17%. In other words, it will make your face look younger. Nevertheless, doctors aren't yet certain that it's more efficient than using 50 SPF sunscreen on a regular basis, but a larger study is planned for this summer. Additionally, if you're interested in the product, you can have it at roughly $500 for a 4-month supply. Above all, as 10 isn't easy on the pocket. Then again, if time is money, then the ends justify the means. Moving on, how our sex lives to start to suck at age 28 to 34 with Ethan.
If you're a 33-year-old man or a 28-year-old woman, relish getting the steam encounters while they lasts. For the reason researchers have determined the ages at which men and women enjoy the best sex of their lives. In addition to that, the survey likewise concluded that men usually lose their virginity around 18 and are most sexually dynamic around age 29, while women incline to take the plunge at around age 17 and are most active at age 25, thus bolstering that practice makes perfect cliché. Conversely, the British sex toy company Love Honey survey refutes prior results that men reach peak sexuality at age 18, women at 30. That concludes our trend segment of the program. Now it's time for our rapid fire segment. First up, Dana White say no to Bonnars and Griffin as coaches for TUF Live 2 with Grace.
According to MyJunkie.com, despite Stephan Bonnars' campaign to get a coaching slot alongside his fellow Ultimate Fighter 1 castmate Forrest Griffin for TUF Live 2, Dana White say no because he say it does not make sense casting-wise, for the fact they usually bring champions to fill those slots. Following the Jason Mayhems retirement, UFC post-fight incident, and future plans with Ethan.
On today's Mayhem, following his UFC 146 release from the UFC, Jason Mayhems told Ariel Helwani he is done with fighting for now and that he feels refreshed because of it. For the reason he can now focus on making himself happy without the pressures of the commissions testing his urine and hatters attacking him on social media. Besides, he stated that his post-fight incident had to deal with Burt Watson yelling at him for the gas mask for the troops underneath his paper bag when he was walking out for the fight. Furthermore, Miller assumed that he had an understanding with Watson before walking out to the octagon, but that clearly wasn't the case. Nevertheless, Miller's future plans could include McCullough commentary. But besides that, he advised fans to stay tuned. Now to close out the show, boxer Paul Williams paralyzed with grace.
According to the Associated Press Sunday morning, the 30-year-old boxer Paul Williams was paralyzed after being involved in a motorcycle crash in the Atlanta suburbs, and doctors revealed it's unlikely he will continue his boxing career, his manager said Monday. Moreover, in the accident, he severed his spinal cord, and he will make statement following his surgery on Wednesday. Nevertheless, his scheduled bout with Saul Canelo Alvarez on September the 15th in Las Vegas has been scrapped, according to his manager George Peterson. Along with that, his longtime promoter confirmed the cancellation and said that the most important thing is Williams getting healthy. Conversely, his manager hopes that the two-time welterweight champ with a record of 41-2 will box again. Nonetheless, Peterson said that they want his fans to know he's going to be okay and he'll return. However, he stated if he wasn't going to be boxing, he's going to be a stand-up comedian.
In closing, I hope the Kardashains let it go with their mom's affair, because we can't change the past. In addition to that, Kebab owner got off easy cause he will never be able to pay that debt in his lifetime. Furthermore, NASA may be onto something with their fountain of youth drink, but they should make it more affordable. Nevertheless, I disagree with both those surveys about sexual peak, because everybody different. Besides that, Jenner is right on with his tough live to verdict to keep the coaches relevant with star power and not overhill fighters, no matter how entertaining they are. Lastly, I hope Mayhem uses his time to catch himself. In addition to that, I wish Paul a speedy recovery.
So what did you, the audience, think about today's topics? Do you think the Kardashains should get over it? Plus, is Mayhem right to retire right now, and will he someday end up in Balada? And how much should NASA lower the drink to make it affordable? Well, as always, please weigh in on how you feel and rate this broadcast. In closing, hope you enjoyed the show. Please join us later this week for the Midnight Run.